If you wanted to manually edit a 30-second documentary segment with custom can-burn zooms, synced narration, and animated quote boxes, it would take you at least 1 hour of tedious keyframing in Premiere or DaVinci. I assembled and rendered this video in 3 minutes by supervising my AI agent, Antigravity, using HyperFrames. A viewer on my last video left this comment. Deal. Today, instead of making you write code, configure templates, or type terminal commands from scratch, I've uploaded the entire completed project to GitHub. You ask Antigravity to clone it, check it, and render it instantly. I'll show you how to direct the agent, how the code is structured, and the exact case study of how my agent initially built it, made timing and layout mistakes, and repaired them under my direction. This comment really stood out to me. The request wasn't, teach me how to use complex video editing software. It was, help me use AI to build a video even though I am not a video editor. That distinction is everything. In 2026, you don't need to spend weekends learning keyboard shortcuts, timeline muscle memory, or terminal command lines. You just need to know how to direct. To prove this to you, I've uploaded all the assets I used for the teaser, the completed HTML timeline, the 3 cinematic backgrounds, and the 3 voiceover audio tracks. You can download the finished codebase from the GitHub link in the description. Let's ask our agent to build it. Let's see how simple this is. Instead of typing commands in the terminal, we just open our chat with Antigravity 2.0. We will paste the following command on it. Run the completed Satoshi documentary project from this repository. Run the chat validations and render a draft MP4. It is important to frame that we cannot see what are the files that it is creating or cloning because it does not have this option here. So what it allows us to do, it is to review what it has done once it is done. I will wait for it to be done and I will come back to you. Under the hood, what it did, it successfully synchronized the repo and retrieved the complete Satoshi documentary project, validated the composition layout, and rendered the draft MP4 video. The summary of actions, it is here. And if we press this button on the right, we will see that it created this walkthrough. On the walkthrough, it is detailing what are the steps that it completed, that it ran the validations, and that it rendered the draft MP4. Okay, now if I want to be lazy and I don't want to open my Finder, I can just ask it to open up the video for me. Can you open the video that you created for me?
October 31st, 2008. A mailing list of cryptographers received a 9-page white paper. The author, an anonymous identity named Satoshi Nakamoto. He solved a problem that had stumped computer scientists for decades: digital scarcity without a trusted middleman. He gave the world Bitcoin. Then in April 2011, Satoshi sent one last email: "I've moved on to other things." He vanished, leaving behind 1 million coins and a mystery that remains unsolved.
The background transitions were smooth, the text word overlay was perfect, and the alignment, it is also very good. But how all of this works under the hood? Let's break it down. To understand how HyperFrames build videos under the hood, let's step away from the code for a second and imagine that you are building a tower of Lego blocks or stacking sheets of clear glass on top of each other. In HyperFrames, a video is just 3 clear sheets stacked on top of each other. We call these tracks. At the bottom, on track 0, we put our background pictures. In the middle, on track 1, we put our text overlay boxes. And on the top, on track 2, we place our narration audio tracks. To tell the computer where each piece goes, we only give it 3 simple instructions. First, when do we put it down? That's the start time. Second, how long does it stay? That's the duration. And third, which layer does it go on? That's the track index. When we want the text to fade in, backgrounds to zoom, or boxes to slide around, we use standard web animations, just like a button on a website that changes color when you hover over your mouse. And the best part, you don't have to code any of this. You just need to explain the recite, to our AI agent, and it compiles the layers for you. But because agents don't have human eyes, they can make silly mistakes. Let me show you what happened when ours tried to put the puzzle pieces together. When I started the project, I did not open a chat with Antigravity and asked it to already render the video for me. I went for a different approach where we go to a plan mode first. This is the prompt that I entered and how we will move forward to get the video that we want. We are building a 3-scene cinematic documentary about Satoshi Nakamoto using the files in the assets folder. Propose a storyboard, outline the layout, and list the assets first. Do not write the HTML file until I approve the plan. Okay, our agent is finished, and it came up with the implementation plan. So if we got on our right, we go to the implementation plan, and we can check what it came up with. It detected the assets that we had. It also detected the total duration. And then it came up with the 3-scene storyboard. Scene 1, the genesis of Bitcoin. It goes from 0 seconds up to 10 seconds. It will play the narration 1 file. It says what will be the start and end. What is the visuals? So the visuals is the first background picture, then the kicker, heading, etc. It also explains us what are the subtitles and what is the motion zoom that it will apply. So it gives us some kind of video motion, actually. At this stage, we could ask it to change the backgrounds from static images to video compositions, to just text, or whatever we want. In the end, what it came up was really good, so I just went up and told it is approved. But because the agent doesn't have human eyes, it made 2 errors, which I'll explain in the next session. When I directed the agent to build the initial layout, I didn't just trust that it got right. I asked it to check the project. Without me typing a single shell command or scrubbing through a video timeline, the agent scanned the files and identified 2 critical bugs all by itself. First, a timing overlap on track 2. Our voiceover file narration2.wav is actually 8.2 seconds long, meaning scene 2 plays until 18.2 seconds. But the agent had set scene 3 to start around 16 seconds, causing them to collide. Second, a layout overflow. The quote text in scene 3 was too large for its container, clipping the bottom of the letters. Now, if you ever run into a situation where you want to run these checks manually yourself, you don't need a command line terminal. You can just ask the agent to run the built-in HyperFrames render checker, or copy the validation prompt template from the delivered package. The agent runs the lint and inspect checkers under the hood and export the exact lines where the layout of our timing collides. Normally, the agent doesn't know if we want to cut the narration short, speed up the audio, or stretch the timeline. It doesn't know if we want to shrink the text or add padding. It shouldn't make arbitrary creative decisions for you. So it reports the bugs that it found, and you act as the director to choose the fix. I prompted the agent. Fix the overlap by stretching scene 2 to 18 seconds. Start scene 3 at 18 seconds and add vertical padding to the quote box so the text doesn't clip. The agent rewrote the CSS and GSAP and got a clean pass from the lint. If you ever need to manually guide your agent through a repair, you can copy the repair templates from the prompt pack and paste them to guide the agent through the fixes. That is the exact clean code you just cloned and rendered. Now you might be asking, Daniel, what about Remotion? You mentioned both in the last video. Here's the decision matrix. If you are a beginner, or if you want to use an AI agent to write your videos, start with HyperFrames. Because it is standard HTML and CSS, LLMs and coding agents can write it with almost zero complication errors. It is simple, lightweight, and requires no React setup. Use Remotion if you are already a React developer, want to build custom video editing web platforms, or need to import massive React component libraries. For 90% of explainers, tutorials, and presentation overlays, HyperFrames it is the faster path. If you want to start building your own videos this way, I've packaged my entire workflow into a GitHub repository. Inside, you will find the completed Satoshi Nakamoto project with background images and audio tracks, the copy-paste starter prompts and repair templates, and the 4 custom agentic skills to automate the storyboard and help with fixes. The link is in the description below. Clone it, run the checks, render the video, and start tweaking the code to see how it works. My question for the community: what should we build in the next HyperFrames example? A product demo, a technical code walkthrough, or a talking head social overlay? Let me know in the comments. If you want to see the full head-to-head comparison of how Antigravity automates files and commands compared to codecs, watch this video next. I'll see you in the next one.